So you're thinking about moving to Roswell, Georgia? Well, I'm here in historic downtown Roswell, which you're gonna love, by the way. And in today's video, I'm gonna go around Roswell, show you some different properties and some different homes and some different price points, maybe see if we can find something in your budget. And then if you stick around to the very end, I'm gonna come back and do a market report so that you can understand the current market here in Roswell. So if you have any interest in living here, you're gonna wanna stick around for that. And we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, so if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Atlanta, Georgia, or in this case, Roswell, well then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Atlanta. My name's Denny and the team and I get calls each and every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even schedule a Zoom, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Roswell. Like I said, I'm down here in the historic downtown area, and it's one of my favorite places. It's over that's one of my buddies right there. He was probably walking behind me, and now he realized that we go to church together. And by the way, that Bayou Queue that he's walking by, I host a men's group on Mondays here in Roswell as well. The best steak that you'll get is at a place right there called Little Alley. And then further down the street, there's another great coffee shop called Crazy Love. So as you can tell, I spend a lot of time here. And like I said, all of this is really over 200, some of it, over 100, some of it 200 years old. So tons of charm, tons of character. You know, it's old buildings, new businesses. The population, the economy in Roswell has really exploded in the last couple of years. Right now, I'd say population's around 100,000. Median household income is around, is around 100,000 as well, population and the median income. And then median home value is around $500,000. You can tell that it's October, so we've got all the Halloween decorations out. Everybody's got their scarecrows going on, which is really cool and festive. And so in most of the warm weather months, like probably 7 or 8 months out of the year, on the third Thursday of the month, then they shut down all these roads, all the way down there, all the way down here, and people of all ages, some babies all the way to seniors, are out here. It's called Alive in Roswell. And so there'll be, you know, food vendors, beer tents, live music, some activations and entertainment, all kinds of really, really cool stuff. If you're into the craft beer scene, there is Gate City Brewing right over there, and then right down this street is Variant Brewing. So the craft beer scene is alive and well here in Roswell. Just a lot to do in this historic downtown area. But as I mentioned, we're gonna go check out some homes and some properties. So let's go check out home number 1 on your tour. All right, I'm here at the first property on your tour of Roswell. And so this is actually East Roswell. If you haven't already, you might want to check out our map tour of Roswell, because there's really like 3 kinds of Roswell. There's East Roswell, West Roswell, and downtown Roswell. And so this property that we're looking at today is right here behind me. It was built in 1980, and it needs a lot of, it's like a handyman special, needs a lot of improvements and updates. And this neighborhood is kind of a mixture of that. Some that have been redone and some that aren't, some that are in really great shape, and then some that are frankly falling apart. But this is offered at $336,000. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,400 square feet. It's at $146 a foot. But this neighborhood, this house, is just like a half a mile from the Big Creek Greenway, which I talk about a lot. It's the southernmost entrance to the Big Creek Greenway, and that is like this 20-mile walking, biking, hiking trail through the woods and nature, and some just like from Roswell through Alpharetta all the way up to Cumming. I love it. I take my family out there all the time, and it's right outside of here, so that's awesome. Close proximity to 400, good schools. If you want to be in downtown Roswell, you got to get across 400, but if you live in the city, you're probably half an hour from Atlanta. And as you can see behind me, this property has been has been renovated. It looks really good from the outside. Obviously I haven't seen pictures of the inside, but if the outside is any indication of the inside, then that one looks really nice. And then I like this brick one down here too, and the one on the corner, that white one, looks like it's been redone. So there's a lot of, you know, renovations and updates going on through the neighborhood, but we're probably half an hour from, oh, of course, someone's blowing off their back deck. But we're probably half an hour from downtown Atlanta with no traffic, a little bit more, even double that if it was like gridlock. Probably 45 minutes from the airport. But this is your starting price point here in Roswell right now. It's October, so we're in the fall of 2021, and there's only 3 houses that are kind of in this price point downtown. One's $299, so $300,000, and then the other 2 are $375,000, but they're only 1,000 square feet, so they're much smaller. The home values near downtown Roswell are more. And then there's one in West Roswell, and it's a little bit nicer home than this, and it's listed at $375,000. So that gives you an idea in this 300 price point range. Let's go check out the next property on our tour. All right, well, we're here at our second property on the tour of Roswell, and I love this neighborhood. It's very well maintained and manicured, most of the homes and yards. Some of them look like they're older and, you know, could stand some updating, like the property we're going to look at, and then some of them look like they've been recently renovated. This neighborhood is only about 1.2 miles from Crazy Love Coffee Shop that we started at earlier, and really just a great place in terms of location. The schools are good, the neighborhood is nice, it's got swim, it's got tennis, it's got a clubhouse. So you can see this White House behind me, it's been updated. Let me cross the street so that all the neighbors can get by and I don't get run over. But you can see the sign in the yard right here behind me. That blue sign, I'm headed down that way, that's the subject property. But this big green space here, actually right on the other side of that, is Roswell Area Park. And over there you have a huge like pond, walking trails, playground, sports fields, like all of that stuff. So the location here is really, really good. The home itself was built in 1991, and it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's 3,187 square feet. I believe it's offered at $580,000, and that puts it around $168 a foot. So they did put some granite countertops on excuse me, on the counters in the kitchen, but for the most part, the floors, they look, some wood floors in there, not throughout the whole place, but in the main living area. That looks pretty good, but it could definitely use like just a whole, you know, fresh set of neutral paint throughout, along with maybe painting the kitchen cabinets and then updating the bathrooms, and that would go a really, really long way. So at $580,000, it's really a great option for the location here in Roswell with close proximity to downtown Roswell. And so with that, let's head on over to the next property on our tour. All right, we're here at our last home on our tour of Roswell, and this is, you know, a few miles from downtown Roswell, but it's towards Alpharetta, and a really, you know, great, very central location, close to, you know, it's got great schools, close to grocery stores, and easy access to 400. That's maybe just a few minutes down the road. So this particular property is 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 4,200 square feet on a full acre here in Roswell, and it's brand new construction. So man, it's beautiful inside and out, and an amazing property. Like, it's here at the end of this little strip, which I love, because so there's a lot of privacy both on your own lot and the surrounding property. But the way it was built is, you can see there's 3 of them, this one and these 2, all kind of tucked back in here off of a main road. So you're off the main road, but you do have close proximity to your neighbor despite there being a large lot. Most of the lot is in the back of the property, and so that's just something to consider. The listing says, 4,200 square feet. You'll see here you have 3-car garage, 2 separate stalls. The exterior is beautiful, but I really, I've already walked through the inside. I love it. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a tour of the inside as well, and you can see exactly what $875,000 will get you here in Roswell. Let's take a look. Nice heavy door. And right inside here you have, could be an office or secondary room, and you have a full bathroom right here on the main floor. But check out this. Open concept. Beautiful windows. I don't even have any lights on, so there's tons of natural light. Right out to the back of your property. Look at that. Privacy, wooded. We've got this great space on the back. Here we have the master. Oh, look at these ceilings. That's probably 30 feet. Fireplace here in the master, also very private. To the back, you have his and hers closet. There's one, there's the other, and then you have beautiful spa-like master retreat, tub with a window, and then your shower, frameless glass shower. Yeah. Jack and Jill, full bath. Huge closet. Another full bath there. Man, look at this. Gorgeous. Plenty of space to expand if you'd like. Lots of space. Game room, media room, in-law suite. Coffered ceilings. And there you have it. That's what $875,000 will get you here in Roswell. Let's go check out that market recap. Hey, welcome to Ips here in historic downtown Roswell. We're gonna go through the market report as promised, and this is a really, really cool place, a staple in historic Roswell. The building that we're in is over 100 years old, so it's got one of those historic plaques out there. But we're just going to go through a really quick market report. Ips, by the way, IPPS, it's right here on Canton Street. Whether you end up living in Roswell or not, you're definitely gonna want to come visit, is what I'm trying to say. But I just want to walk through some stats and kind of give you an idea of what the overall area and the feel. So I talked about earlier in the video this Canton Street, this Live After 5 or Live in Roswell, and it's great, you know, for people of all ages, once a month to come hang out. But they do all kinds of activations, and there's entertainment. So in and around Roswell, you're going to have access to grocery stores. You're going to have really great schools. You know, the schools vary depending on which school zone you're in, but you're not going to find a bad school in Roswell, whether that's elementary, middle, and high school. Really competitive on the youth sports scene as well. So youth sports is going to be a big deal around here. So it's a great family oriented. Actually, niche.com is one of my favorite kind of resources, and they've overall rated it an A+. A for public schools, B+ for housing, A+ good for families, A- for nightlife. Whereas if there's quite, I mean, I'm 43 now, so nightlife looks a little different in your 40s than it does in your 20s. Listen, if you're going to want to go clubbing all night long, you're probably going to want to go to Atlanta. But there's a ton of bars and restaurants and nightlife and things that stay open fairly late. So depending on your lifestyle and what you're looking for, like, you can find most of it in downtown Roswell, with the added cool flair that it's super old and there's a lot of character and a lot of charm. But the really niche also gives Roswell an A for diversity. So you're going to find people from all walks of life. So really great suburbs. Top 5 suburb in Atlanta. The population is about 100,000, just under that, maybe 95,000. Gross or average median household income is about $100,000 as well, maybe 99 right below. And the median home price is just under $500,000 as well. So that gives you an overall lay of the land. But as you saw in the tour, there's housing options in all different price points. Let me see. Almost 70% home ownership versus renting. So about 7 out of 10 people in Roswell own their home, 30% rent. So that's just a couple of things that I pulled from niche.com. I want to take a little bit closer look into the actual real estate market itself. And so there's a couple of things that we look at. We look at the median home value, we look at days on market, we look at how many properties are available at any given time. But I want to draw some distinctions, because there's a couple of different Roswells. Like, what do you mean there's a couple of different Roswells? Well, it's all Roswell, but the 2 main zip codes are 30075 and 30076. And I talk a lot about Highway 400. It runs north and south straight up from like Buckhead, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, Roswell, Alpharetta. Like, those are all the suburbs. And Sandy Springs is the first one outside of the perimeter. 285 is the loop that goes around the city, and 400 kind of shoots straight up the middle. Interstate 75 and 85 go this way, and 400 goes right up the middle. And so you have Sandy Springs, Dunwoody area, and then Roswell's right above that. And so 400, there's an East Roswell, which is on the east side of 400. There's a West Roswell over on the west side of 400, and then there's a downtown Roswell, which is where I'm at and where I started this vlog. And so there's a little bit of a different feel depending on where you live. And you should probably, if you haven't already, check out our map tour of Roswell. Martin's Landing is a real popular area over on the east side, and then 92 is what goes west, and like that covers most of West Roswell. You'll end up in an area called Mountain Park, which has got some really cool, old, like interesting and eclectic kind of homes. If you're into that, you probably want to check that out. But on the west side, near this Canton Street, that's really historic downtown Roswell. And so I wanted to kind of draw those distinctions, and you can look at that map video for more details. But across all of Roswell, again, the median home value is about $500,000. It's actually 540,000 in 30075, and it's 440 in 30076. Let me see some other thing. Days on market is really right at a week. In 3075, it's about 10 days. In 76, it's 7 days. And so days on market homes are still moving really, really fast. It was a little bit lower a few months ago. So, but still, anything under 6 months is a seller's market. So it's super competitive market still here in Roswell. Speaking of, total homes for sale is about 181 homes for sale at the moment, and new homes, new listings, there are about 160 of those. So they're moving quickly, they're turning over quickly. 181 total for sale, 160 of those are new within the last month. And so they're going on and off the market quickly and turning over. And then price per square foot is approximately 185 to 190,000. So if you're thinking about, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square feet, just to give you a rough estimate, just multiply that times 190, and that'll give you a good idea of how much house you can buy here in the Roswell area. And again, we showed you a couple of different options, but I really like this area. I live more in the Alpharetta area. That's where I live, work, and play, but I spend a ton of time here. Actually, right next door is Bayou Q, where I host a monthly men's group. I just ate brunch with some friends over at Fellows. I would highly recommend. It's on Green Street, one street over. It's called Fellows. They have amazing food, but there's a really good lunch brunch crowd there. Probably one of the best brunches in all of Atlanta. And then right over here, Little Alley Steakhouse is, probably some of the best steakhouses. You have Little Alley, which is here in Roswell. You have Oak, which is over in Alpharetta. And then you have Hal's, which is over in Buckhead. But those are some really great steak places. Here in Roswell, about a block off of Canton Street, you have Gate City Brewing Company, which is a really popular local brewery, but they do tons of cornhole tournaments and live music and activations and things of that nature. Right here above Little Alley is Roswell Provisions, where you can do private parties and things of that nature. But sushi, Mexican, all the kind of restaurants, boutiques, small shops, things of that nature. And then as you get away, there's one of my favorite pizza places right here on the corner of Canton Street too. And then Variant Brewery or Brewing is one block over. And if you're into craft beer, you have to go there and get a Cashmere. It's like a real velvety, smooth, citrusy IPA. It's really good. And then back behind me is Crazy Love Coffee Shop, which is one of my favorite coffee shops here in the Roswell area. So over here, not that you know where that's at, but just away from downtown, you have an area of Lake Charles. And then over in Martin's Landing in East Roswell, there's an area there too that's got a lake. And so there's a couple of areas where you can really literally live on the water. Now, you're probably not going to go skiing, but fishing or just having, that house on the water space or a dock or a little boat. There are parts of Roswell you can do that. Right around here in close proximity too, there's a ton of really great outdoor, some smaller and some very large, parks where you can go walking and biking and things of that nature. One of my favorite attractions is the Big Creek Greenway, and across 400 over in East Roswell off of Old Alabama is the southernmost entrance to the Big Creek Greenway, and that weaves all the way through Roswell, Alpharetta, and into Cumming, and it's like a 20-mile trail of walking and biking and hiking and all kinds of stuff that you can, if you're into the outdoors, which my family is, then you're going to want to check that out. So there's lots of outdoors, lots of parks, youth sports, the Roswell Santos Youth Soccer Club, but whether it's baseball or football or soccer or any of that, there's tons of youth sports going on. And then not too far north, just across the border into Alpharetta, you have North Point North Point Community Church, which is a very large non-denominational church in this area that a lot of people go to. And I'm trying to think of what else. I can't get it all to you in one video, but those are kind of some things that are going around in the area. But just kind of give you a recap, about 500,000 people population, about $100,000 average median income, 100,000 population, 100,000 median income, about $500,000 in terms of the median home price. Good schools, safe, low crime, lots of youth sports, days on market under 2 weeks, total homes for sale 181, 160 of those are brand new, and just looking to see if there's anything. I think that's about it. Hey, listen, do me a favor. If you're watching this and you live in Roswell, or you've lived in Roswell before and I missed something, I would love for you to just drop a comment below, because the people that are watching this, like, one of the things that we're trying to do is just arm them with as much information as they can to make a good decision about their next move. And if you haven't already and you want to stay up to date on all the Roswell and Atlanta markets, then just subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications. We get calls from people like you all the time making the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So, like, if there's any way that we can help, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. You can schedule a Zoom call, and we'd love to be a resource for you. And if there's anything that you want to know, like, feel free to ask. I'd love to help. But in the meantime, I hope to see you on the next episode, or somewhere here around town. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.